A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a statement that was given to me, and very interesting statement, and it is for all those people who are struggling in the twin flame journey, especially when it comes to living with people, living in this planet, existing in this planet with all the judgment. There is shame, there is guilt that comes from trauma, there is lack of worthiness, which is so important to have worthiness. If you don't feel you're worthy of something, how can you even attract it? That will never be in your energy body. That feeling would not even come in. So how will you attract something? So many problems, feeling unloved, neglected, not heard. And if you do try to step up and share yourself with the world, express yourself with the world, then too it is not as welcomed as it should be. Your masters, your spirit guides, your angels, they don't want you to feel this way. So this channeling is for every single twin flame out there who has to convince other people, or who has in the past tried to convince a lot of people, or even to their partners, love interest, romantic interest. Your spirit guides, your masters, people who take care of you, all of the people, there are many people, your ancestors, your benevolent extraterrestrial friends who watch over you. They don't want you to be sad. So this channeling is being sent for all the twin flames who have to face humiliation, or they feel embarrassed, or if they don't feel it that deeply how they used to, it is still there in certain degrees. So the message is that the sun and the moon, three things cannot be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth of twin flames. So my dear friends, please understand that yes, there is a lot of negativity out there, and there is a lot of misinformation, and at the same time there is a lot of labeling that is happening. Twin flame has become like a label for some people, so it's very difficult for the genuine ones to explain it. And even if you go try to explain it to someone, to your own people, they won't understand it, or they will make fun of it, or they'll think that there's something wrong with you. Somehow you are attached to all of those people, the templates that you live in. So it's not easy for you to suddenly spring up and do things differently, because they are not trained to watch you do things differently. Neither are you that trained to go against the tide, even though what takes you away from the tide is your natural ability, your natural self. It is your nature, the nature within you that cannot be stopped. Once a plant turns into a tree, like even if it's not a very big tree, but even if it's like a regular size tree, it cannot be stopped from growing. The only time you need to take care of the plant is when it is very small. First you sow the seeds, and then the seeds turn into a sprout, and then from sprouting the process grows further. It becomes a sapling, then a plant, and then it starts turning slowly into tree, a smaller version of tree, and then the branches, the roots go deeper in the earth. Nobody can stop it then after that. The process of growth cannot be stopped. And imagine you're a protected tree. You're a tree like the oak tree. You have to be like strong and resilient, and you can take care of any challenges that the weather throws at you, temperature throws at you. And at the same time, you're supposed to give shelter to the passerbys, to the travelers, to many birds and plants and other plants around, animals. You give shade to so many people. So many animals and plants can, sit under your shade, and they can relax. All of these things. So I'm just trying to give you an example of how a simple tree can do so much for so many nature beings, and we may not even notice it. So today what they're trying to tell you is that we know that you have had to convince a lot of people, and you have convinced so many people that sometimes you have turned them away from you. Because always remember one thing: if you have to convince someone too much, that means you don't yourself believe in it. But if you believe in yourself a lot, you will not take any extra efforts, or you will not do anything, like going out of your way to make others believe you. If you think that's true, and you will only think it's true when you have experienced it from within. When you look at the sun, it's there all the time, so you don't need to convince someone. Say somebody meets you in the night time and they have no concept of daylight or sunlight, and you tell them that, hey, you know what, tomorrow you will see daylight, tomorrow you'll see the sun in the morning at sunrise. And they say, no way, there is no such thing as sun. What does the sun do? We come from a place where there is no sun, there's only one moon, and we just live in the moonlight and we follow the moon. We don't know what daytime is. Would you take a lot of time? You might just explain it to them, but your best answer would be, why don't you wait for a few hours and you will see it yourself. So that's the kind of faith and that's the kind of confidence they want you all to have on yourself, on your twin flame experience, on your journey, on your growth. So today maybe people are not believing you, but if you know this is real, if you know this is the truth, then you don't have to try too hard to convince anybody to believe you. And if you know that yes, you have a great future, you're always guided by the masters, and say you want to manifest something, you want something very badly, you're not getting it, even though you believe that you deserve it and you are truly worthy of it, what are you going to do? Are you going to struggle a lot about it? Are you going to make too many efforts? Or you're just going to believe in it and let it happen on its own? A sensible person, a wise person would let it happen on its own. And in case you are going through anxiety or depression or you're sad, you will find out some technique or some way to fix it for you and make you feel more relaxed. And you will ask universe, you will ask source, you will ask your masters to increase your faith, increase your belief in your goals, in your work, in your mission, and most importantly in your love. If you love someone and you know that this is the one for you, but there are other people who are creating problems, there are other people who are trying to separate you, there are other people, and even that same person as well, even that person doesn't believe you fully, even that person doubts you, thinks that you may not be that genuine, and they are looking for other options, or they are thinking about other people or other things. Because when they listen to you, maybe 50% of their soul resonates with you, but 50% programmed, rigid program person that they are, the ego does not want to believe you. So what should you do in that case? Should you feel bad about yourself? You got to be like the person who knows that the sun exists. It's right there, or the moon exists. You don't have to convince many people to believe that there's a moon or there's a sun, unless it's a very little kid who has got some short-term memory loss, or maybe some people who do not remember things for too long. Even then you will not explain to them, because you know that after some time they will see it for themselves. So that's how your twin flame love should be, or love is. Actually, it is so real and it is so true, it is so original. Why this happens, why do you lose faith, is because of the challenges, because of the difficulties you're facing in this journey. But you need to understand that this is all a result of such a long, term, rigid programming that you had to go through. You have to understand, right? Since the time you were in the womb of your mother, you were receiving these messages from her, from your father's DNA, from other people, from your ancestry, from the generational lineage that you come from. All of these things have a huge role to play in who you are. And you're very lucky that you have gotten awakened, because the Kundalini awakening happened. And Kundalini awakening is something which is literally is because of the grace of God, because of the grace of masters, because anyone who goes through the Kundalini awakening, they cannot live the same life that other people are living. So it's the gift of the Dark Mother, and the Dark Mother doesn't want you to be like so sensitive, over emotional. She wants you to be strong and resilient and have a lot of courage and be prepared for anything, like a warrior who is always ready, like send me anywhere, I will win, I will come back. They have so much confidence and so much faith in their powers, in their gifts, most importantly, the love they have from the source. They know that nobody can touch them, nobody can do anything bad to them. And so if something is happening in their life which does not feel like right or does not feel like, it should be happening, then too you need to have patience, perseverance and faith. You need to believe that it will all be right. If somebody does not believe me, somebody is not getting convinced by me, I have tried, I have done my best, now I should let them be. I should let them do whatever they want to do. I'm going to talk about Lord Sri Ram and Sita once again, our twin flame gurus. So we all know that how much he loved her, how much she loved him, and in case you don't know, you can always refer to Ramayana by Valmiki. Valmiki is the sage who wrote it, the yogi, the great sage who wrote it, the great sage and poet who wrote it. And this is also the first Mahakavya of all literature. So they had a very unique thing in their horoscope. So some of you would be aware about it. In Vedic astrology, when we match two people's horoscope, we check out their gunas. It's called Guna Milap. Gun Milap. In Hindi, it's called Gun Milap. In English, obviously, it becomes Guna Milap. Guna, Guna Milap. So when you check their gunas, that time you find out that they had all 36 gunas matching. One more person I met like that was in my office, and he and his wife also had all 36 gunas matching. And he told me that he and his wife literally are like Ram Sita's coupling, because the couple has 36 gunas. And I asked him, so how's your life? He's like, well, I feel so much love for my wife and she loves me so much. Literally, there is nothing where we don't think same way. We are the same in everything, literally everything, all decisions. But that does not mean that life is not full of challenges. We have a lot of challenges, both of us. But we believe in each other, we believe in the relationship, we believe in our destiny, that we are together. And somehow, we just get by things. So nobody's life is easy. And even if 36 gunas were matching, still Ram and Sita, they faced so many problems. They got separated so deeply. And you can imagine one more thing, that even their marriage was a perfect marriage, where he won the Swayamvar contest, the huge contest that was happening, and such a mystical event it was, such a beautiful and mystical event it was. You guys, if you want to know more stories from the world of Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Puranas, Upanishads and Vedas, then you can subscribe to my channel, Ramayana and Mahabharata Diaries, and that will probably connect you to more of these stories. And these stories, I feel very strongly, when I studied about biomimetic mimicry, that's the time when I wrote my book. I found out that my book is also based on biomimetic mimicry, which means that when you read it, when you listen to it, it has such a deep impact in your life that you start mimicking it. So we want to mimic people, the love, the strength, the courage, especially unconditional love, and most importantly, believe in yourself, faith in yourself. So when you listen to stories of Ramayana, when you listen to love story of Ram and Sita, the most beautiful love story, you realize that it's a very realistic love story, because it is full of challenges. It's not like the Hollywood movies where you have a happily ever after, where the story literally starts and ends at the very beginning. Boy meet girl, girl meet boy, they fall in love, they get married, happy ending. But actually, that's where the story starts, and that's exactly how Ramayana is. The actual story starts after that, after they get married. They face a lot of tribulations, they face a lot of problems, but the most important thing is that they never stop loving each other. They never speak ill about each other. They never talk in any negative way with each other, and yet both of them are so strong that when it comes to decision making, they always take the right decision. They don't consider their romance or their personal relationship, because they feel that, we are here to serve the people. Lord Sri Ram was the crown prince, and then he eventually became the king of Ayodhya. And Sita she was also crown princess, daughter of King Janak. And of course, Janak was a great, great king. He did not believe in son and daughter difference. He had only girl child, and he didn't even care about it. So, daughter of Janak, such a big king himself and a very intellectual king. He was a very learned king. His people, his subjects were very happy because they always got the intellectual knowledge, the purest intellectual knowledge. Very famous gurus and teachers used to be present in the court of Janak. So why am I sharing all this with you? So that you understand that earth life is not easy. Somebody, has told you, or in your childhood, you were programmed to believe that there is a Mr. Right coming on a horse, on a black horse, he's riding, your knight in shining armor will come and take care of you. Actually, when you enter the world of spirituality and especially Kundalini awakening starts, then you will realize that you are your own knight in shining armor and you are the princess he has come to rescue. But do you really need the rescue? Can you rescue yourself? Are you the damsel in distress who always needs other people to help her out? Now this is for the feminines. For the masculines also, because of the patriarchal society that we live in, the masculines have also been wrongly coached and programmed. Just the way women have been told that the man is going to save her, the man is going to take care of her, the man is this, the man is that, he can get the, money to the house and he can do this, only he can do that. She just has to take care of him and she has to, fulfill his sexual desires every night on the bed. Yes, this was also a thought many people had till few years back, that she's supposed to satisfy him every night on the bed. That is her duty. Now the men were also trained wrongly, because not all men are so horny or so crazy. Some of them are very sensitive and they have great amount of nurturing abilities in them. But they were told that the woman has to do this, the woman has to do that, men can't cry, you can't be emotional, you can't do this, you can't care for this, you can't care for that. You have to live in a certain programmed behavior reality, both of them. So we here in the Twin Flame community, we are here to break all these myths and we are here to break the programming, we are here to break the pattern. We don't want the same unhealthy, toxic patterns to continue. And you need to know this, and you will only know this and only learn this by doing proper inner work. When you start attaining peace in your life, when you start realizing that, love is so enormous and gigantic, such a beautiful feeling, that forgiveness is not for other people, it is actually to set you free, because it is literally setting a prisoner free, but that prisoner is no one else, that's you. Because when we don't forgive people, when we hold on to anger, we are the ones who suffer. We don't know what they are doing and we can't care about them, but we all know that our feelings, our energy attracts whatever we see outside of us. So that's the reason why you go through this very practical journey, a very practical experience of learning with time what love is and what actually Twin Flame journey is all about. Twin Flame journey is a very beautiful journey, and blessed are those people who are on this journey. Of course, it does not make sense during the dark night of the soul, because that's the time you are going through hardcore separation. But you go through this pain and misery, this suffering, only because you were told something opposite of it, and you were told that opposite falsehood, that false statement so many times. It was repeated like 500,000 times to you that you actually started believing it. Like some people say, fake it till you make it. Actually, it's a very inappropriate statement, fake it till you make it. You don't have to fake anything in the world of truth. And this works wonderfully in the materialistic reality, fake it till you make it. But in the spiritual reality, you don't have to fake anything. You have to try it, and you have to keep trying till you don't reach that place where it actually starts working. Like the ants, we learn this from the animal kingdom. No matter how big a challenge it is for them, they do it. They keep trying, and eventually they are able to do it, and then it becomes a part of them. So the ascension journey, the ascension lifestyle should also become a part of you, who you are. And ascension is a lifestyle that you are supposed to live. But it's not easy to live this lifestyle because you have been taught to live the opposite lifestyle. What is the opposite of ascension, if you have to think about it? We don't want you to descend. We don't want you to fall. We want you to rise. We want you to soar. We want you to climb up. So, my dear friends, the whole channeling is trying to tell you that be strong. Don't worry. Don't go out there convincing people. You don't have to go out there trying to make people believe your truth. Truth is not something that you can define. You have to experience it. Truth is something that you learn by your own experience. And everybody's truth is different, but it starts becoming same when they also fall into the same category. Like there are some people who have such a similar vibe with yours that you don't have to really talk much. In this community, we don't need to explain to one another every day about twin flames, even if we may not know it fully, completely, but we just resonate with this statement. We resonate with the energy. We get attracted towards this energy and it automatically functions for us. And there are so many things that in your life have actually happened on its own because you were interested in it, because you wanted to know what it was. Don't tell me that you became a spiritual person just 2 years back or just when you met your twin flame. When you think you met your twin flame, that's not really the time your twin flame journey started. Your twin flame journey started much before you even knew anything, before you were just a little baby. That's when this twin flame journey started for you, because that's when it is meant to start. It started right when you were in your mother's womb. And you think that your twin flame journey just started. So many people say, I've been in the twin flame journey for 4 years, for 5 years. I met my twin flame 5 years back. Actually, that's not true, because you and your so-called twin flame, your twin flame is simply mirroring you. You are the person who is giving that energy. The twin flame energy goes out from you actually. And then till the time you don't figure it out, you keep meeting false twins and you keep meeting karmics. And eventually there comes a time when you realize that, okay, this is real. This is real. I have to stop running away from it, or I have to stop trying to chase it. What belongs to me will be given to me in due time. And if it's not being given to me, then maybe I'm thinking wrongly. Maybe I should get out of this trap of getting and giving and this whole thing of time, the illusion of time. Maybe it already belongs to me. It's already mine. That person already loves me, or whosoever you're seeking, already loves me, already wants me, desires me, understands me. When we start thinking like that, it will shift. The energy will shift within us. And once it shifts within you, it will automatically start shifting outside. So what is the message for today? 3 things cannot be hidden for a long time: the sun, the moon, and truth of twin flames. For your personal situation, you can check out the description box and you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com once you're sure of what you want. Kindly do not share your twin flame journey in advance with me, because we follow a step-by-step protocol. For personal sessions, there are different types of readings that you can take. There is a tarot and intuitive reading, tarot plus intuitive reading, and there's a twin flame astrology reading where you can check out your energy, what is your mission, what is your purpose. And even better, if you have your love interest birth details, then we can even check out what their energy is like. So I will see you soon in another one. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.